back to my channel. Thank you so much for watching today's video. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Eloisa. I am a medical assistant, wife, mom, student, occasional vlogger. So thank you so much for watching and welcome. For those of you who are familiar with me, thank you so much. Welcome back. And in today's video, I am going to talk about, well, actually kind of redo my how I became a medical assistant video. I've already done it, and if you haven't seen it, don't watch it. The audio is totally trash on that video, but I don't want to take it down because some people, I don't know, I guess they're able to hear what I'm saying. Excuse me, sorry. Some people were able to hear the audio fine, others, many others were not. So I don't want to take it down yet. We'll see how it goes. But like I said, anyway, I get so many questions about being a medical assistant, how to become a medical assistant, and all that jazz. And I'm just going to do a whole series on my channel about medical assistant. How I became one, how you can become one. If you're interested, like how to prepare for your externship, what you should take with you, how to get ready for a job interview, all that jazz. If you have any questions, please leave them down below or but send me a DM on Instagram. I'm pretty good about replying to people. If I don't get to you right away, please forgive me, but I do my best to reply to everybody's question. And a lot of questions are very repetitive. So I'm like, you know what, let's just do a whole series and hopefully I get to your question. So like I said, today's video is the first in the series, and it is about how I became a medical assistant, my experiences, and how much I'm making, how I started, what I started making, and just go from there. Okay, so if you're interested, please stay tuned. Okay guys, so my journey to medical assisting, it seems like it was forever ago, like a long time ago. I had been a medical assistant for about, let's see, with this institution that I'm working with, I've been with them for 11 years. No, not 11, 10. I just made 10 years, and I was working for about 2 years prior. So the way it started is like many medical assistants, a single mom, and it's just something that I thought was very interesting. I've always wanted to be in healthcare, specifically nursing, and I thought, well, why not try medical assisting to see if healthcare is something that I wanted to do. Many people go into it and they're like, you know what, no, this isn't for me, and that's okay, but I just wanted to see if it was for me. So I looked up this school called Coin Institute. Well, it was Coin American Institute, and now I think it's just Coin College. So specifically, that's where I went. And I seen, like, I heard it on the radio, I seen an ad in the newspaper, and in my previous video someone's like, well, that's just clever marketing and advertising. Well, yeah, it was, because it suckered me, and I went and I loved it. I had a great experience, and I just wanted to share that with you. I had a really good experience. I had amazing teachers. Now, every school is different. Every program is different. The school I went to, they had two different types of, I want to say, what's the right word? Certifications? No, not certifications. Just the way you end your program, you can either get a diploma or an associate's degree. The difference is 5 months. And for a lot of people, and now I'm kicking myself because 5 months is nothing, but that was 5 months too long for me because I needed to start working. I needed to provide for my kids, get out of my daddy's basement, and be on my own. So I kind of regret it. Like, I should have done the associates, but here we are nonetheless. My program was, like I said, 7 months plus the externship. The externship was 160 hours had to be completed. Monday through Friday, I believe it was Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. So half a day every day, and each class was only 3 weeks. So except the medical assistant part, that class was, I think, 12 weeks, and it was broken up into sessions. Well, I really liked it. I had I had amazing instructors, like I said. The math part was like, oh god, that was hard, and that I did not enjoy that class at all. But billing and coding, I had anatomy and phys. I think we had chemistry, psychology, English, ethics, administration, computers. What else did we have? Medical terminology, of course. I think that's all I can remember. I mean, bear with me, forgive me guys, it's been 10 years. Well over 10 years since I graduated from that program. So I can't remember exactly all the classes that I took. But like I said, I had a great experience. And while I was in school, I had my girls actually had a dentist appointment. And that dental office was divided, like this side is dentist, this side was the medical doctor. And she had a help wanted sign. And I'm like, oh, what the hell, let me just go see what that's about. Maybe she just wants somebody to answer her phones. Like, I can do that, I can answer phones. And she actually needed someone for both, to do the front desk and to be her biller and coder. I so happened to be taking billing and coding. That's another class that at the time. So she was really excited and I was really excited. So it was literally just a doctor and her receptionist. So the doctor didn't have a medical assistant. So I started working for her because the girl who I replaced, she was actually like leaving. So I think it was just my luck that the doctor desperately needed someone, and I happened to be taking a course that she needed someone to have some knowledge of. Now, I'm not certified in billing and coding. I'm not a coder, but I knew my stuff at the time. I mean, tell me now, and I can't remember a lot of it because I don't do that anymore. But at the time, I was pretty good at it. So she took me on, and I was with her for about a year or two, and I had to leave. It was time to move on. But like I said, I was actually with her during school. So I was coming to the end of my program. I think I had about 2 months left in my program, and then I had to start interviewing for externships. And I told the doctor, I was like, hey doc, look, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to leave you because I have to do this externship. Like I told you guys, my classes were over at 1 o'clock, and again, it just worked out for me. Her clinic started at 1:30. So I had half an hour to get from downtown to Pilsen. If you're in Chicago, you know, like the area. So half an hour. I had to jump on the L, get to her office, and I opened up the clinic for her, like her side of it. And she was almost always late because she had to do rounds at the hospital. So it kind of worked out for me if I was running a little late. Sorry, doctor. But it just worked out for me. So when I told her, I was like, you know what, I'm going to have to leave you. She's like, no, call your school, give me your school's information. She talked to like the dean and the person in charge of the medical assistant, the program. And she filled out all the paperwork and the insurance forms, and I was actually able to do my externship with her. So I was one of the only students who was actually getting paid during her externship. Your externship, you're getting paid with the knowledge and experience. I was actually getting both. So I was able to work as her receptionist, biller and coder. I was her medical records person, and I was her medical assistant. I did it all. And it was quite the learning experience. I learned so much working with her, so I'm eternally grateful to her. But like I said, at the end, it was time to go. I got the experience that I needed. I got my hours, and I had to leave. So I started with her making, how much? It was $9 she was paying me. So I was making $9 an hour. Now, mind you, this was 2000, I met Dave in 2007, so yeah, around 2007. Yeah, 2007, so I was making $9 an hour. Woohoo, for $9 an hour. But, I mean, it helped. I got the experience. I was able to, like, put food on the table for my kids. And I left about a year and a half later, 2 years, because I know I wasn't there more than 2 years, but it was more than a year. So let's just go a year and a half. I left making $9.50. So at the end I'm like, you know what, I can't do this, I need to leave. I started applying at different institutions, and the one I'm with now, they called me, I got a job interview, I got the job, and I was so stoked because I went from making $9.50 to $14.50. What? Like, to me that was a come up. That was a huge come up. So I was excited. I'm like, it's an institution I've always dreamed of working for, and I'm still there. I mean, I still love my job, I love what I do. And so from there, and I'm sorry I didn't mention this, but the doctor's office was family practice. So the youngest she's seen was 5 years old to adults. So we seen everything. I've freaking seen it all in her office. It was crazy. So in her office, I did everything. I gave injections, I stocked her rooms, I ordered her supplies, I did everything. So when I started at this hospital, it was a clinic, a hospital-based clinic. It means it's a clinic within the hospital. So when I went there, I was internal medicine, which is adults only. It was interesting. I did a lot. I got to use a lot more of my skills because there I did EKGs, I did ear irrigations, gross, but oddly satisfying. Is that weird? But when you got to see that like big ball of wax come out, I don't know, there's something satisfying of that. People are like, oh, I can hear. Like, well, no shit, you had like this big old bola in your ear. But moving on, I did that. I gave injections. We didn't draw blood because we had our own labs there. What else did we do? I did suture removals, staple removals. What else? I think that was just vitals, of course, stocking the rooms, cleaning the rooms. That was about it. Now keep in mind, I am in the state of Illinois, and some things I am allowed to do, you may not be allowed to do in your state, and vice versa. I know I believe it's New York, please correct me if I'm wrong, my New York MAs, but I believe in New York, the MAs can draw blood, but not give injections, or the other way around. So that's kind of weird, like, you trust them with the needle in this way, but not in the other way, like, I don't know, that's weird, but yeah, so that's interesting. And I know in another state, I can't remember, it escapes me right now what state, but I know some inmates can get certified to administer IVs. How cool is that? That would be an awesome skill to know. But in Illinois, we are not. So again, like I said, it varies from state to state. So 3 years there, no, when I made a year working at internal medicine, there was like a massive survey was sent out to all the MAs and like, tell us what you like, what you don't like. Of course, everybody was complaining about the pay, and I'm like, oh, I think $14.50 is good. Like, I don't know what you guys are complaining about, but apparently we were one of the lowest paid in like that section of the city. There's about 4 other hospitals around me, and we were the lowest paid. I was like, oh, I didn't know that. So from there, they bumped us $1. So I went from $14.50 to $15.50. Okay, cool. So we get yearly increases. So every year you get your evaluation and you get a percentage increase depending on what like your score is on your evaluation. So I left there 3 years later. I didn't leave the institution, I just left that department. I transferred. And I left there making around $16. And I went to a specialty. I went to urology. Now when I interviewed with the chief of urology, he wanted all his MAs making the same. So I got another bump to $18.50, which is a big deal. That I was like, holy shit, like I haven't made here. Like, this is awesome. So I don't know why it's so like, ooh, taboo, like you don't talk about money. Like, what's the big deal? Like, no, you want to know what your peers are making. You want to know what other MAs are making. Like, I don't see, there's nothing wrong with talking about it. I don't feel embarrassed talking about it. Like, you shouldn't either. What you make is, this is how you get the conversations going, you know? But anyway, rambling, sorry. So I've been in urology for about 8 years. It's a long time to be in one department. And no, I think my math is off. I think 7 years. I'm totally off, you guys. But I transferred in 2011. 2011 to today, I'm still in urology. Do the math. And I really love urology. We do so much. Yeah, it does get repetitive. It's like another cystoscopy. Like, oh my god, we do those like 3 times a day. Not that it's like, oh my god, working with patients. No. It's just the procedures get repetitive, but it's still interesting because you don't know what you're going to see. When the patient is on there and the doctor puts in that camera and on the monitor, it's like, whoo. We've seen tumors in there, we've seen bleeding, we've seen all kinds of stuff. And it's really interesting and hard to be there to see patients like so vulnerable, like they're getting told they have bladder cancer, or, you know, just, it's a lot to be there. You really see them at their worst in urology. Not all the time, but a good amount of time. But urology, specifically my department where I am, we're very procedure heavy. Very procedure heavy. We assist with vasectomies. We do assist with the cystoscopies. We set up and assist for both of them, the MAs. Prostate biopsies, fiducial markers, uroflows, catheter removals. Now, one thing that the MAs in my department used to do, we don't do them anymore, is we are trained to insert Foley catheters. I don't know how, but there was some kind of loophole that we are authorized to do them. We're allowed to do them because we're doing it under the, I don't know, it's like politics, something to do with the insurance and I don't know, whatever. But we're not allowed to do them anymore. I think they're re-evaluating if we can in fact do that or if that's out of our scope. I don't know, don't come for me please, sorry, but this is just what we were allowed to do. I can DC Foleys, but I can no longer insert them, but I know how. What else do? We give injections, we draw blood. What else do we do? Of course, vital, like have new patients, return patients, all that stuff. I feel like I'm forgetting something. There's so much that we do. Of course, you know, phone calls, messages, a lot of urine. A lot of urine. We deal with a lot of urine. Dipping the urine, different tests that we do. It's interesting. So from making $18.50 to how many years later? How many years did we say? 7, 8 years? I'm now at $21 an hour. Which is, some people are like, damn, that's a lot. But no, that's nothing. I've been there how long? And I'm barely making that. Again, not complaining, but complaining because just the experience that I have. I feel like I should be making more, but I mean, I know everybody feels they should be making more, right? That's a whole nother video. But yeah, so that's where I'm at right now. Again, like I said, I really like what I do. I'm very happy with what I do. If you have any questions with my experience or any questions on how you can get started, please let me know. Drop me a comment down below, or like I said, send me a message on Instagram. I have had numerous conversations with numerous people on Instagram or on previous videos in the comment sections. Like, feel free to email me. To recap, that is how I got started. I literally, single mom, didn't know what the heck I was gonna do, and I'm like, you know what, let me try it out. Let's see how this works. A doctor took a chance on me, and I am forever grateful to her for that. And I got my experience. I moved on, and I got hired at a pretty prestigious hospital here in Chicago, and I've been there ever since, and I really like it. Don't get discouraged if someone is making more. Just really put yourself out there. Review your interviewing skills, review your resume. That is very, very important. Review your resume, make sure there's no spelling errors or anything, because I have seen it. Girls come in, they look at their resume, they're like, she has too many misspellings, or she just didn't present herself. And I will go into a whole nother video about that. That in itself is a video. And just, you really have to sell yourself at your externship too. And again, don't get discouraged if you don't get hired at your externship, but a lot of times people do get hired. But if you don't, that's okay, you got the experience. Now, when it comes to pay rate, you have to realize that it comes down to several factors. Where you're working, are you in a big city? Are you in a small town? Do you work for a big hospital or a big clinic? Or are you working for a private doctor? Private doctors are notoriously cheap. Okay. They're notorious. There are the few exceptions that they pay their staff very well. I know somebody who works for a private doctor and she's making $23 an hour. It's like, girl, get me in. But his hours are ridiculous, so no thank you. And there are people who work, like I said, your hours. Like pay comes down to a lot. Your experience, which sucks because it's like, well, I just graduated, how do you want me to have experience? Well, your externship counts as experience for the most part. Too, it depending where are you applying. What else? It's like my brain is everywhere because there's like so much information to give you guys, and like that's why I have to have a series of these videos. Pay comes down to experience, location, and oh, that's the other thing, your certification. Are you certified? If you are not certified, please get certified, because that will help you get your foot in. I know there are some MAs that work uncertified, whatever, that's fine, but there is a certification program that actually I had, because this is what my school offered. They offered this, their certification was through the AMT, American Medical Technologists, and as far as I know, they are the only national certification that will certify you without schooling. So if you have, I believe, 3 to 5 years consecutive work experience, you can sit for the certification exam. Please get certified if you are working uncertified. I will have a link to them down below. I am not sponsored by them. I was certified by them through my school. But I mean, if this can help you, why not? Go for it. And they do have a study guide that you can purchase. I think it's like $25 or $50. I can't remember. But I will check and I'll leave that information down below, guys. So thank you so much for watching today's video. I'm sorry I was rambling and I feel like I was a crazy person, but I wanted to get this information out to you guys. Sorry, and I can hear my little man squirming, driving my daughter crazy over there. So again, thank you guys so much for watching. Please drop me a line if you have any questions. If I know the answer, I'll be more than happy to answer or find the answer for you. Again, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Till next week, guys.